संसार समुद्रतार नौकायिताभ्यां गुरुभक्तिदाभ्यां वैराग्यसाम्राज्यद पूजनाभ्यां नमो नमः। श्रीगुरुपादुकाभ्यां नमो नमः। श्रीगुरुपादुकाभ्यां नमो नमः। श्रीगुरुपादुकाभ्यां। चतुर्भुजे चंद्रकलावतंसे कुचोन्नते कुंकुमरागशोणे पुण्ड्रेक्षुपाशाङ्कुशपुष्पबाणहस्ते नमस्ते जगदेकमातः। बोलो जगन माता की जय। First of all, I offer my most humble prostrations unto the lotus feet of my Master, who are not only my refuge, but also the refuge of this entire creation. Because my Master is verily the Divine Mother herself. And thereafter I offer my love to my beloved Divine Mother, my Master. Narayani Namostute. So continuing on with our Lalita Sahasranam Satsang. The last time we finished until Sakalagama Sandoha Shukti Samputa Mauktika. Today we'll start with Purushartha Prada. Purushartha Prada Purna Bhogini Bhuvaneshwari Ambika Anadinidhana Hari Brahmendra Sevita Narayani Nadarupa Namarupa Vivarjita Hrinkari Hrimati Hridya Heyopadeya Varjita. Purushartha Prada Purna. Purushartha is the Chaturvidha Purushartha, Dharma, Arth, Kam, Moksha. She is the bestower of all four: Dharma, Artha, Kama, and then Moksha. Which means to the one who is at her feet, under her refuge, the one who takes her refuge, the one who goes, offers himself, offers his ego at her refuge, at her lotus feet, to such a person, not just such a person, to everyone. But the only difference being, to such a person who takes her refuge, she gives Purushartha, which means she first, after the devotee comes in her refuge, she first gives that person dharma, the right or the righteous way of living, the righteous way of thinking, the buddhim yanaha prachodayat, dhiyo yonaha prachodayat. The dhi is the buddhi. In the buddhi, she gets situated, and everything that the person thinks, acts, wants are all dharma baddha. From such a dharma, such a person attains artha. With such arth being sampada, aishwarya or wealth. With that wealth, he is able to fulfill all his dharma baddha ichhain, or all the desires that are backed up by dharma. And when such a person continues to walk his life with dharma in his buddhi, dharma in his actions, and accumulating wealth through dharmic work, through work done in a dharmic way, and continuing to fulfill his dharma-baddha desires, such a person, she eventually takes him to moksha. This is the route taken by the one who is at her refuge. The sequence can get mixed up. It can be Arthakama Moksha and then Dharma is out of the way. Because we are all constantly running after Sampada. But Sampada without the Dharmic Buddhi can only create a monster out of the desires. And such desires gone haywire will never lead us to moksha. So the first pillar of walking the path is dharma. And her refuge is able to give us all four: dharma, artha, kama, moksha. When kama is sandwiched between dharma and moksha, that is when that calm can lead to self-realization. So such Purushartha Prada, that's the meaning. To her devotees, she gives these in the proper sequence as they are supposed to be experienced. Purushartha Prada Purna. She is complete and she gives a sense of being complete to her devotees. Purushartha Prada Purna Bhogini Bhuvaneshwari. Bhogini. She is the true enjoyer, as we talked about in the last satsang. What is it in my body that enables me to enjoy the world or the bhav within? It is her. She is the Bhogini. Bhuvaneshwari. Bhuvan Ishwari. Bhuvan is the realms of existence. She is the Ishwar, the ultimate power, ruling power of all the Bhuvan. Bhuvaneshwari. At the macrocosmic and the microcosmic level. So Purushartha Prada Purna Bhogini Bhuvaneshwari. Ambika Anadi Nidhana. Ambika is the divine mother. Amba is mother. Ambika, the divine mother. Ambika Anadi Nidhana. She doesn't have beginning or end. Who was her mother? Like if we start tracing our mothers back, who was my mother? Who was her mother? Who was her mother? Her mother. But all of it eventually leads to her, Ambika. There is no one ahead of her, or she doesn't have a beginning or an end. She has always been there. Ambika Anadi Nidhana. Anadi Nidhan. Nidhan is end. Anadi is beginning. There is no beginning or no end to the existence of Divine Mother. Ambika Anadi Nidhana Hari Brahmendra Sevita. Hari Brahma Indra Sevita. She is worshipped by all the gods, including Lord Hari, Lord Brahma, Indra, everyone. Hari Brahmendra Sevita. Because their very existence is because of her. Hari Brahmendra Sevita. Narayani, Nadarupa, Namarupa Vivarjita. Narayani. As we talked about yesterday, Lord Shiva's energy expressed out as Kanti from the Jyoti has both masculine aspects and feminine aspects. The masculine aspects being that of Narayan and the feminine aspects being that as Narayani. So Narayani. Let us not bring all worldly relations at this level. Oh, but wait a second, Lord Hari and Lord Lakshmi, Mother Lakshmi, they're married. These two are brother and sister. This is all worldly relations. To understand, not to understand, to fathom Paramatma through the intellect is very difficult. So to create some stories, the Purans have come about to present the Tattvik Jnana through a story. And hence, she is the wife, he is the husband and all that. But in reality, it is Paramatma, which depending upon your inclination, you could look at that Paramatma as Lord Hari, Lord Shiva, Lord Ganpati, depending upon your inclination and his energy. There's only two things, and those two things are not different. The Lord and his energy. That's all there is. The energy, the Lord stays in one place, the energy moves. The Jyoti remains in one place, the Kanti moves. spreads. The Kanti exists because of the Jyoti. The Jyoti's natural tendency is the Kanti. So they are one and the same. Narayani, Nadarupa, Anahat Nad. The Nad that a yogi hears in his yoga sadhana when his prajna reaches the Anahat chakra is Anahat Nad. Narayani Nadarupa, and that Nad is her Swarup. Narayani Nadarupa Namarupa Vivarchita. We are stuck in the realm of names and forms. Our awareness is stuck in the realm of names and forms. Yet she is all the names, all the forms, yet she is no name, no form. She is beyond the names and forms. Namarupa Vivarchita. Hrinkari, Hrinkar. As we said, every mantra is self-luminous. Hrinkari. When we chant the Bijakshar Hrim, the luminous body that appears is that of Bhuvaneshwari Devi. Hrinkari, Hri Mati. And how can you reach her? When your Mati or when your mind turns towards the heart. Hri Mati. Hridya, she is inside the heart. Heya Upadeya Varjita. Heya and Upadeya. Eligible, non-eligible. She is beyond that. Which means anyone wanting her refuge, she instantly takes them in her refuge. She doesn't say, you are not eligible, wait a second, you are eligible. Heya Upadeya Varjita. Raja Rajarchita. Worshipped by the greatest of the kings. Imagine a king with a great kingdom. He will also worship his own Shakti. The power within him that makes him the king. Raja Rajarchita. Ragni. Ragni is the one empress who knows everything. Jna is to know. Ragni, as an empress, she knows the entire creation. Raja Rajarchita, Ragni, Ramya. She is so Ramaniya, which means attractive. Ramya. Again, Roop Dhyan is come. Every time they give you Tattva Chintan, and before they think, okay, before the kids get too lost in the Nirgun Nirakar, let's remind them of her beautiful form. Ramya, Rajiva Lochana. Her eyes. Rajiv is a lotus. Lotus-eyed. Rajiva Lochana. Ranjani, Ramani, Rasya. Ranjani, Ramani, Rama. These are all, they all mean the one that attracts the mind, the one that pleases the mind, the one that bestows joy to the mind. Because if the mind is happy and calm, that's when we are able to experience the divinity. If the mind is constantly restless, it is masking the divinity within. Ranjani Ramani Rasya. She is the Ras, which is the essence of everything there is. She is Rasya. Ranjani Ramani Rasya. Ranat Kinkini Mekhala. Ranat Kinkini Mekhala is the waist belt that she is wearing, and it has, like we described, it has little bells that are ringing. Ranat Kinkini Mekhala. It has multiple stones, precious stones in it, and small bells at the end that are making noise. Ranat Kinkini Mekhala. So instantly they bring you back to Roop Dhyan. Rama. Rama is the name of Mother Lakshmi. Because Mother Lakshmi is nothing but all the energy in the form of Sampada. So she is Rama. Rakendu Vadana. Rak Indu. Rak is the darkest of the skies. Indu is the Chandra. So the Raka is that Purnima which happens in the darkest of the skies, darkest of the nights. In such a dark night, the Purnima Chandra appears even more brighter. So her face is like the Rakendu. Rak Indu. Rak is the darkest nights and the Purnima of such a darkest night. Rakendu Vadana. Vadana is face. Rakendu Vadana. Rati Rupa. Rati Priya. Rati is a sense of attachment. She is the sense, she is that attachment that we have either towards the worldly things or the attachment we have towards her. That Rati is her Swarup. And she is Rati Priya. What kind of Rati? When the child or when the sadhak or the devotee is only pleased, is only attracted, is only attached to the presence of Divine Mother within. Rati Rupa, Rati Priya. Rakshakari, Rakshasagni. Rakshas Agni is the tap, the friction. Because most of the energy given to us is used up in just living the life. Because we are in constant friction with the way life is unfolding versus the way the mind wants the life to unfold. So there is a constant friction. Such a friction is reduced when we take her refuge, because she brings us in a mode of acceptance of what is, not what should be. Because what is the truth. What is her. So Rakshakari from Rakshasagni. Rama, Ramana Lampata. Rama again, the one who gives absolute peace, quietude, joy, bliss to the mind. Rama, Ramana Lampata. Lampata is completely immersed, involved. Ramana Lampata. She is completely involved in the priti or the prem bhav of her source, which is the Paramatma. Atmanyev Atmana Tushtah Sthita Pragne Satadauchyate. Such a person is so content within. Ramana Lampata. Because before, the person was in Karma Lampat, constantly doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that, with the hope of extracting happiness. Such a person kept on doing work. One day, by the grace of the Mother, he went to the refuge. He went to take the permanent refuge at the Divine Mother's feet, and such a person now became Ramana Lampata, engrossed, immersed in Ramana, is bliss, blissful nature. Kamya, Kama Kala Rupa, Kadamba Kusuma Priya. Kamya, the desire. She is the form of all desires. Because what is a desire? A thought which we are not able to drop and we keep pursuing, and we say it's a desire. But what's a thought? It's just energy in motion. And what's the energy? The Divine Mother herself. Kamya, Kama Kala Rupa. Kama Kala. Kala is a ray. Kama is a desire. She emerged as a ray from Paramatma because of his desire. Ekoham Bahusham. Lord Shiva, when he said Ek Oham, Aham, one me, will now become many. That desire is her Swarup. Kama Kala Rupa, Kadamba Kusuma Priya. She is pleased with Kadamba Kusum. Kalyani, Jagati Kanda. Kalyani, the one who performs only what is best for us. That is the view of a devotee, of a sadhak who has taken refuge. Before that, a person views things as, oh, this is Kalyankari, this is not so much. But once the person takes refuge, everything happening in their life, everything unfolding from within is nothing but a blessing. Kalyani, Jagati Kanda. Kanda is the root. Jagati, she is the root of this entire creation that we see. Jagati Kanda, Karuna Rasa Sagara. And that root is filled with Karuna Ras. Karuna Rasa Sagara. Filled with Karuna, filled with love. Kalavati, Kalalapa, Kanta Kadambari Priya. Kalavati. Kalavati means the one who is the treasure of all the kalas. Kalas can be understood in two ways. One, the kalas, like singing, painting, dancing, all the creative arts. Or the kala as in the rays of light emerging from Paramatma. Both are her forms. Kalavati, Kalalapa, Alap. Creative arts in the form of singing, Kalalapa. Kanta, Kanta is a beautiful woman. Kadambari Priya, Kadambari is wine. She loves wine. Does that mean Divine Mother drinks wine? Wine is what you get. Wine is the essence, the absolute essence extracted from a grape. So, Kadambari Priya is when you offer your essence. When you do so much manthan and you offer that very essence, that's when she is pleased. Kalavati, Kalalapa, Kadambari, Kalavati, Kalalapa, Kanta, Kadambari Priya, Varada, Vamanayana, Varuni, Madavihvala, Varada, the one who bestows everything to her devotees. Varada, Vamanayana. Vam is absolutely beautiful. Nayana, her eyes. Constantly, if you see, her eyes are constantly brought about into Lalita Sahasranam for meditation because her eyes are filled with karuna. They are like a fraction of her glance is enough to transform us completely. Varada, Vamanayana, Varuni Madavihvala. And she is ever in that ecstasy, in that bliss. And Varuni Madavihvala. And when you see her in that knowledge, the Anand of Sat Chit Anand, that Anand is absolute ecstasy, divine bliss. Varuni Madavihvala, Vishwadhika Vedavedya. This entire creation, if it amazes you, if you are filled with a sense of wonderment when you look at this creation, she is beyond this creation because she is Vishwadhika, Vedavedya, the one who can be known by Veda. Vedavedya Vindhyachala Nivasini, the one who resides in the Vindhyachal Parvat. Vishwadhika Vedavedya Vindhyachala Nivasini, Vidhatri Veda Janani Vishnumaya Vilasini. Vidhatri Veda Janani Vishnumaya Vilasini. I hope you all still remember Vishnumaya Vilasini when Bhandasur, they really wanted, because Bhandasur was a pious man. Everyone in his kingdom was performing Shiva Yajna every day. He was doing his puja part every day. So to get him out of that, to reduce some of the divine qualities, Vishnu created a Maya Swarup called Vilasini and sent her to him so she could get him out of his practices. That is Vishnu Maya Vilasini. She is Veda Janani. She is the one who created the Vedas. The Vedas are her Swarup. Vidhatri. Veda Janani Vishnu Maya Vilasini. Dhatri is the mother who feeds the baby. Or the woman who feeds the baby is Dhatri. She is Vidhatri. Vishishta Dhatri, which means this entire creation, she doesn't just create and leave it alone. She is maintaining it. Vidhatri, Veda Janani, Vishnu Maya Vilasini. Kshetra Swarupa. Kshetra is this entire creation, her playfield. That Kshetra is also her Swarup. Kshetreshi, and she is the Ishwari of the Kshetra, the one who is the controlling power of the Kshetra. That's her. And Kshetra, Kshetrajna Palini. Kshetra is the playfield. Kshetrajna is the one who is the knower of the Kshetra. She takes care of both of them. So the Kshetra at the macrocosmic level is this entire creation. Microcosmic level is this body, subtler body, subtlest body. The 5 koshas. That is the Kshetra. That's her form. Kshetreshi, she is the Ishwari of the Kshetra. Not only that, being the Kshetra, being the Ishwari, she is the Kshetra and Kshetrajna, the one who has the knowledge of the self also, that's her. Kshetra Kshetrajna Palini. Kshaya Vriddhir Vinirmukta Kshetrapala Samarchita. Kshaya Vriddhi. Kshaya is reducing, Vriddhi is going up. Kshaya Vriddhir Vinirmukta. Neither does she go down or go up in the amount of her existence in this creation, because the entire creation is her body. Every aspect of the creation has the Divine Mother in it. There is no Kshaya or Vriddhi because she is beyond the worldly things. Kshaya Vriddhi belong to the worldly things. Kshaya Vriddhir Vinirmukta. Kshetrapala Samarchita. Kshetrapala. If we consider this human body as the Kshetra, who are the Kshetrapala? Are all the devatas situated in the human body that are performing various actions, various functions. She is equally archita, equally worshipped by all the Kshetrapal within the body. Basically, this should give us an idea of how the entire human body is nothing but the rays emerging from Paramatma, multiple rays personified as multiple devatas, performing various actions for this body to continue living. Same thing happens with the universal body also. So we are learning this to continuously keep dropping our ahankar and to continuously keep reminding ourselves that I am that. I am Brahmasmi. Every aspect of my being is nothing but the Divine Mother. Kshaya Vriddhir Vinirmukta Kshetrapala Samarchita. Vijaya Vimala Vandya Vandaru Janavatsala. Vijaya. Vijaya is victory. Every little victory, she is the swarup of all the victories there is. Vimala. Absolutely pure. Vijaya Vimala Vandya. The one who is worthy of worshipping. The only one who is worthy of worshipping is Vandya. Vijaya Vimala Vandya Vandaru Janavatsala. And the people, the Jana who worship her, or the sadhak who worships her, she looks at such a sadhak, such a devotee with vatsalya, motherly love for the ones who worship her. Vandaru Janavatsala. Vijaya Vimala Vandya Vandaru Janavatsala. Vagvadini Vamakeshi Vannimandala Vasini. Now here they are talking about mother's energies that are as Vagdevis. Vagvadini are all the Vagdevis. Vamakeshi. Vama is beautiful. Keshi is hair. Mother with beautiful hair. Again Roop Dhyan is brought into picture. Vagvadini Vamakeshi. Vanni Mandala Vasini. Vanni is Agni. Agni Mandala Vasini. Where is the Agni Mandal? It's sitting, it's on our tongue. The tongue is the Agni Mandal, because from there, if the words come out, they can harm. Or if the words come out, they can be pure fire of knowledge. So Vagvadini, Vamakeshi, Vannimandala Vasini. Bhaktimat Kalpalatika. Latika is a creeper. Kalpavriksha's creeper. For the one with Bhaktimat. Mat is mind. The one whose mind is immersed in bhakti, to such a person, she becomes a never-ending creeper. What kind of creeper? The Kalpavriksha creeper, which means desire-fulfilling tree, never-ending. For who? For whose mati is filled with bhakti. Bhaktimat kalpalatika, Pashupasha vimochani. Pashupash, all the animalistic behavior within us, is completely removed. Not only that, the many shackles that the mind imposes is pash. Such a pashupash vimochani. She removes such pash. Pashupasha vimochani. Samruta ashesha pashanda. Pashanda is asat vyavhar or pretense. You are something within and showing up something outside, totally different. Such a behavior she completely removes. Samruta shesha pashanda. A devotee, she will bring him to a point wherein he is so comfortable with who he is, he will present wherever who he is, how he is. Samruta shesha pashanda. Sadachara pravrittika. And she will bless that devotee with sadachara. Sadachara pravrittika. Bhaktimat kalpalatika pashupasha vimochani samruta shesha pashanda sadachara pravrittika tapatrayagni santapta samahladana chandrika. Tapatraya agni santaptaha, the one who is suffering in the heat of the three tap, Adi, Bhautik, Adi, Daivik and Adhyatmik. Because as we lead our lives, we continuously have friction with other people in our lives, with the situations as they are unfolding, or we have problems with our sharir. Sometimes we get sick. Adi Daivik. Adi Bhautik is because of others. Adi Daivik is because of our own karmas ripening. Adhyatmik is constant questions. Who am I? Who is the Divine Mother? Why the mind? Why the sadhana? Why Chitta Shuddhi? All these questions. All of these create tap. So, tapatraya, all the three types of tap create Agni and create santap. Santaptaha samahladana chandrika. For such a devotee who is suffering with all the three taps, she is like the moon, full moon, with the shitalta of the full moon, the coolness of moonlight. Tapatrayagni santapta samahladana chandrika. Taruni, ever young. Taruni, tapasaradhya, the one who is worshipped by tapas. Tapas is burning in the fire of knowledge, is tapas. Taruni, tapasaradhya. Tanu madhya, tanu is very, very small. Madhya, her waist is so small, with a very slender waist. Tamopaha. And she completely removes tamas. Tamas is nothing but ignorance. Taruni tapasaradhya tanu madhya tamopaha. Chitis tat pada lakshyartha. Tat pada. Tat is that. Pada is the one we say that. Aham brahmasmi. Tat tvam asi. That tat is her. The laksh of saying that tat is describing her. Chitis tat pada lakshyartha chideka rasarupini. She is one continuous ras inside and outside. We, because of our mind, have this conditioning and we look at outside as different and inside as different, but she is one continuous existence. Chideka rasarupini. Swatmananda lavi bhuta brahmadhyananda santati. And when a devotee experiences her presence within and realizes that the same presence within completely illumines his body and further and spreads to all corners of the world, all corners of the creation, his own light. That Anand he experiences, Swatmanand, Swa Atma Anand, his own Atma as the Divine Mother, enlightening everything within and without. The joy that such a sadhak feels cannot be compared to Brahmadhyananda Santati. Santati is Samu, group of Brahmadhyananda. That joy cannot be compared to anything, any other type of joy from all the Brahmalok or Brahmadhyananda. Anything that anyone can give you, nothing can give you that happiness when you realize the light within is the same within and without. Swatmananda lavibhuta brahmadhyananda santatihi. So with this, we will end the satsang today. Sarvam Shri Jagadamba Charanarpanamastu. Swasti. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shantihi Shantihi Shantihi. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.